Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, I have it, the new Necron Codex, and it's all sealed up. So this is going to be the very first look. I've got the data cards as well. Very excited. Okay, so let's get this little bad boy open. Obviously, you've seen lots of the rumours, and of course, seen what's in White Dwarf. But finally, we have it in our hands. So let's have a look. Okay. First of all, I've got to say it. Wow, what an amazing picture. I played Necrons basically because of the picture on the front of the Codex, not the old Codex, the one before that, the original one. Loved that picture, and the previous Codex that we've just had, I was not a fan of that front picture. I think it looked awful. But this picture, this is it. If I wanted to play a new army and I saw this on front of the cover, I would play Necrons. That is just awesome. Okay, so here we go. I'm not going to run over too much about the fluff and bits and pieces because I want to get to the rules and just see what the changes are. But there are some wicked looking pictures in here for sure. Tomb blades are in there now. It goes all about the dynasties and stuff. Yeah, I have to be honest. Well, I've said this before anyway, but I'm not a fluff bunny. I have read the fluff of the original Codex. My army is based on that original Codex. I didn't read the rewrite fluff. For me, it just, you know, it's just the way my army is. My army's the original fluff. And I haven't even bothered reading the new fluff, and I don't care about all these different dynasties and stuff. You know, my army is what it is. So I'm going to quickly go through this. Okay, hierarchy of the tomb worlds. This is just about the Silent King, Overlords. Yeah, it just shows you the hierarchy. Reclamation Legion, which we sort of know about. Tomb Blades, Monolith. Yeah, that's the Reclamation Legion. Overlords, Warriors, Immortals, just a bit of fluff, I think, on stuff. Totally different type of concept for a Codex with the artwork, I have to say. Quite interesting. Flayed Ones! Flayed Ones! Can't wait to have a look at the Flayed One rules. Okay. This is just going over the dynasties. Lots of fluff in there if you like fluff. The Immortal armies. Okay, so now some nice glossy pictures. Going through this very quickly. I know I will obviously have a good look at this in my own time, but I'm just currently just opening it up and having a look. So this is about the Decorian detachment. Which we've already seen in White Dwarf anyway. Okay, so we've got the Necron Wargear, attack you on arrowed, Warsai, bit more expensive Warsai, Mind Shackle Scarabs, a bit cheaper, but then we know it's not going to be as good. Face Shifter, cheaper but not as good. Resurrection Orb, cheaper, not as good. Plicenteries, the same. Artifacts. Okay. Okay, so this is obviously the stats. Overlord. Okay, so it's true. At long last, the Overlord has a weapon skill of 5. I've always thought Necron Lords should be 5, but they've always been 4. It's really annoying. Well, in most cases having to hit in close combat on 4s is so annoying, but hitting on 3s is going to be a lot better. So yeah, strength 5, toughness 5. The Lords themselves, it is true that they now have 2 wounds. I won't talk about the points because obviously I don't want to get myself into trouble. But they are weapon skill 4 still though, the Lords. Cryptics, again it's true, 2 wounds. Gone up in points quite a lot. Then you've got to look at the ins and outs of them, how much they are at the end, you know, using the Wargear and stuff, so it's a bit hard to judge, but the base has gone up in points considerably. But they do have 2 wounds, so that's good. That's good. Destroyer Lord still has his preferred enemy, awesome. And he's now a jetpack infantry. Jetpack. Well, I suppose it's slightly better than jump, because it annoys me that the models like destroyers are, you know, where they went from jet bikes to jump infantry, so it was really odd, didn't match the model that well. I think jetpack possibly matches the model slightly better. You know, putting the gaming sort of point of view aside. So still toughness 6, which is good. Sadly, weapon skill 4 still though. 3+ save, and yeah, he doesn't have all the options to take. Well, I say he doesn't have them all. Obviously, they've gone to the like artifacts and stuff, which we'll have to come through later. But I've been told there's only 1 weave now, so you can have 1 2+ save. That's okay, I suppose. Having like multiple destroyer lords with raids and stuff with 2+ save is a bit cheesy, so fair dues to that. Nemesis, Vanguard. I'm not Vargard. I'm not going to go through all of the characters too much. Illuminor went up 10 points. Orokin, Traveller, Catacomb, Command Barge, gone up slightly. Right, here we go. The main ones, Warriors. Right, no points change, so same points. The stats are exactly the same. Gore's Flayer, Reanimation Protocol, can include up to 10 additional warriors, may take a Ghost Arc or a Night Sight. Okay, so warriors exactly as they were. Yeah. Immortals, same cost. So, Gore's Blaster, may exchange your Tausa Carbines, take a Night Scythe. Stats, yeah, so they're exactly the same. Light Guard, couldn't tell if they're different or not because I don't use them. Death Marks, Deep Strike, Hunters from Hyperspace, yeah, yeah, exactly the same. They're 18 points. I think they dropped, haven't they? Because weren't they 19 points before? So they've dropped slightly. Right, here we go. Flayed ones. With those... Actually, the models don't look too bad there. I think probably if they weren't fine cast, well, I might like them a bit more. But anyway, 65 points. Oh, said the point, sorry. Same points as they were before. Okay, so now they have 2 Flayer Claws. They have 2 close combat weapons. So now they've got 3 attacks, 1 for 2 close combat weapons, 1 for the charge, 5 attacks, and do they have Shred? Because I've been told they have Shred. Deep Strike, Fear, Infiltrate, Reanimation Protocol. Can't see no Shred there. Unless the Flayer Claws have it. Let's have a quick look. 115. 115. Come on! I think this is what everyone does. When they first get the Codex, have a quick flick through, look at key points, and then they sit down and read it from front to back. Okay, what are we looking for? Melee weapons, Flayer Claws, melee, Shred! They have Shred! Wow, flayed ones, my flayed one army has just gone up. Whoa! Awesome, awesome, awesome! Praetorians, again, I don't use those. I mean, I will look at these again to see how much they've changed, whether it's worth using them, but I don't use them at the moment. Triarch Stalker, Heat Ray, Quantum Shielding, move through cover, Armour 11. We need to have a look at some of this Quantum Shielding and stuff, and Living Metal. Catan Shard, so we actually have the Shard of the Nightbringer, the Shard of the Deceiver. I think that's nice that they brought that back. They actually brought back the characters rather than just having a Catan Shard. You know, I think that's good. I think that is good. And they have the individual stats, so the Deceiver weapon skill 5 and the Nightbringer weapon skill 6. We know they've got all the like random powers. It's going to be interesting. Still only 4 wounds. Yeah, they are unique. They are unique. Night Scythe has gone up slightly now. So about an extra 15 points. 11 all round, 15 models. Night Scythe has 1 access point from under its hull. Twin linked Tausa Destructor, Tesla Destructor, Living Metal Supersonic, Ghost Arcs. I think they come down slightly in points. Open Tucked Transport, 4 hull points, good. 2 Gauze Layer, it looks very similar. Repair Barge is still there, excellent. Repair Barge is still there. Transport capacity 10. It can only carry the Necron warriors and Necron characters with the infantry unit type. 10 models only. Okay. Canaptic Wraiths. Okay. Wraiths are about the same points. Whip Coils. Particle Caster, Transport Beamer. Fearless Rending. They still have that, excellent. They still have their 3+ invulnerable saves. But is it true? It is true that they are Toughness 5. Woohoo! Toughness 5, wow, that's going to really, really help because their main fall is being instant death on their way into close combat. You know, the missile launchers, last cannons just stripping their wounds. But now they have their 2 wounds and their toughness 5, so only strength 10 weapons are gonna do that. So that helps, and that's I suppose that really sort of maybe stops you having to put a Destroyer Lord with them now. Okay, yeah, you've got preferred enemy from the Destroyer Lord, but yeah, they can work without Destroyer Lord quite easily now. Scarabs. Let's have a look at Scarabs. So Scarabs have gone up. They've gone up 5 points a base. That's quite a big difference. 2 twos, wounds 3, attacks 4, save. Entropic Strike. If a model in a special rule is attack a melee weapon, the wing roll 6. Okay, so Entropic Strike. If a model has this special rule or is attacking with a melee weapon that has this special rule, a 2 wound roll of a 6 wounds automatically, regardless of the target's toughness. That's good. That's a bit like old Gaul's weapons used to be. Against vehicles and buildings, an armour penetration roll of a 6 that does not cause a penetrating hit automatically glances. Okay, so they've lost the reducing of the armour, which, let's face it, was absolutely broken. But now any 6s, they automatically glance, and they've got their 4 attacks, 5 on the charge. So let's face it, they can still easily take a Land Raider out. Not as easy as they could before. I mean, I was taking Land Raiders out with 3 bases before. I think you're going to need a few more than that. They've gone up. They've gone up. So a unit of 10 is now 200 points. But it's good. It's all good. Happy with that. That's you know, it was a bit broken. Let's face it. Tomb Blades. This is where I think some of the Wargears change. We're going to have to look at some of the Wargear. Jet bikes still. Yeah. 1 wound. Toughness 5. Yeah. Destroyers. Okay, let's have a look at Destroyers, because this is an old favourite model, let's face it. It is true that they now have 2 wounds, which that's gonna really help them. They are jetpack infantry once again. 4s. Okay, heavy destroyers are in there still, so seems like you can still upgrade to the heavy destroyers. Oh no, and wait there, because this isn't the army entry, so I don't know. I have to come back to that. But they do have preferred enemy. Reanimation protocol. Yeah. Just to check what the gun's like, but I imagine the gun's the same. Heavy destroyers, no, they've got a separate entry. It's interesting. Heavy destroyer down here, and heavy destroyers there. Interesting. Heavy gauze cannon. Heavy destroyers do have 2 wounds. That's useful. Spiders, no change in points. What can they do? They can generate. Once per friendly movement phase, each Canoptic Spider can use a special rule to create Canoptic Scarabs. To do so, nominate a friendly unit of Canoptic Scarabs at within 6 inches of the spider. Add a single Scarab base to the unit. This can take the unit beyond the starting size, but must be placed within 6 inches. If a model could be placed for any reason, it's destroyed, blah blah blah. Roll a d6 each time the Canoptic Spider uses the Scarab hide rule. Immediately after placing the Canoptic Spider, on roll of 1, it takes a single wound. Yeah, that looks exactly the same. Just checking the camera, still recording. Monstrous creature, fabricated claw, twin link particle beamer, gloom prism. Let me see what that does. Doom scythe. Doom scythe. Not too much change in points. Death ray is there, but I believe that has been taken down. An ability, 200 points for a monolith is exactly the same. Whoops! Keep saying the points value, sorry, Games Workshop. Monolith, no change. 4 arts, particle whip, eternal gate, living metal, deep strike, tank, 4 hull points, armor 14 all round. Annihilation barge. That's got a massive price hike. Not unexpected, let's face it, it was way cheap. So, armor 11. May exchange gauze cannon, yeah. Twin linked Tesla destructor. Doomsday Arc has come down 5 points. Transcendent Catan. Look at that, guys. Does anyone actually like that? For me, it looks awful, which is why I love having my robot Catan. That model, for me, is just like, it's like something you'd find in a toy shop, you know? Okay, character from like Batman or something. I don't know. I just don't like that at all. But anyway, he's there with a 4+ save, 5 wounds. These are the type of units we're going to have to look at very, very closely. Tasseret Vault, I don't know how many points that was, I've never had it before, but it's over 500 points now. If that was the same before, I don't know. Obelisk, which I have a funny feeling, judging from the formations, GW are trying to beef up these obelisks for people to take. Yeah, I don't know because I've not had one. So Imatech Stormlord is of course a Lord of War now, and he's come down in points. Lord of the Storm, if your army includes Imatech Stormlord, the Night Fight special rule is always in effect during the first game turn. In addition, once per game at the start of any finishing phase, roll a d6. The enemy unit within 48 inches of Imatech. On a 5+, that unit suffers d6, strength 6 AP hits. These units are randomly allocated. Okay, maybe better, maybe worse. Bloodworms. Blood Swarm Nano Scarabs. If your enemy includes Imitate Stormlord, friendly units of flayed ones can re-roll the scattered dice when rolling from Deep Strike and Reserve. That is good. That's good. Last time he could nominate one randomly chosen enemy unit, and the flayed ones would just Deep Strike without scattering. But now it's all flayed ones that come in, just re-roll their scatter. Okay, Reclamation Legion, which we know about. Judicator Battalion. 1 unit of Triumph Stalkers. Oh, okay, this is just the individual things. Living Tomb, Annihilation Nexus, Canoptic Harvest, which is what I'm using in my first army. Adaptive subroutines. At the start of each of the controlling player's movement phase, choose one of the following special rules: Fleet Reanimation Protocol, Shred, the Canoptic Spider from this formation, and all units from the formation within 12 inches of the spider from this formation benefits from the effects of the chosen special rule to the start of the controlling player's next movement phase. Wow! That is brilliant. It actually has some pretty cool special rules for each of these sub little formation things. Very, very nice. Let's open up a whole world for the Necrons, I think. Okay, Warlord traits. I think those have already been publicised somewhere. Living Metal. A model with this special rule ignores the effect of crew shaken, but still loses a hull point. At the end of your turn, roll a d6 for your heavy or super heavy vehicles with the special rule. It has starting number of hull points but has not been destroyed on the roll of a 6. That model regains a hull point. Okay. Reanimation protocols. We sort of know about this now. Roll a d6 each time the model suffers an unsaved wound, subtracting 1 from the result if it's hit by a instant death special rule. On a 5, discount the save. Treat it as having been saved. Certain special rule, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you can go up to 4+. If the unit both has reanimation protocol, yeah, it's exactly as we've been told. Ranged weapons, Death Ray, 24 inches, strength 10, AP 1, but now blast. It's a lance though. Doomsday Arc, strength 10, AP 1, high power, primary weapon 1, large blast, divert power. A vehicle can only fire a weapon with this rule if it remains stationary. Yeah. Gauze Flayer, strength 4, AP 5, same, rapid fire, strength 4, AP 5. Oh, salvo. Okay, so the Gauze Flayer array on the Ghost Arcs is salvo. Gauze Blaster, strength 5, AP 4, my little Orc Killer. Gauze Flux Arc, strength 5, AP 4, 3 shots. Heavy Gauze Cannon. Gauze, when firing a weapon with special roll, to roll of a 6 wounds automatically, regardless of the target's toughness. Yes, I like that, I like that. Against vehicles, the buildings and armour penetration roll of a 6 does not cause penetration hit. I know people say Necrons are overpowered, whatever. I always go back to when the first Necron Codex came out. When I say the first one, the one that I know. The black one, you know. And it was always really, really powerful. It was always really good at taking out monstrous creatures and vehicles. And I think this Codex is bringing them back up to where they were. You know, Necrons are a powerful army. It's robots! Terminator! Okay, calm down, Nick. Right, particle weapons. Particle beamer. Staff of Light, same, 12 inches. Synaptics Generator, Tachyon Arrow, 120 inches, strength 10 AP1, once use only. Flamer, Gauntlet of Fire, is strength 4 AP5, assault 1. Heat Ray, yes. Tesla. Rumours of Tesla is going to be true, I'm sure. When firing weapons, snapshots never cause, yeah. Melee weapons, let's have a look. Warside, +2 to the strength, AP2. Melee, armour blade, two-handed. Whip coils. Melee, swift strike. A model attacking with this weapon adds 3 to its initiative during the subfight phase. Okay. Now, I did miss the initiative of Wraiths. Initiative 2, okay, so we're going to be basically initiative 5. Having said that, if you charge through terrain now, you're not going to get no bonuses. You're going to be initiative 4 again. Initiative 2 again. Oh well, they used to be Initiative 6. Used to be Strength 6, Initiative 6. Initiative 5, we can live with that, I suppose. Necron vehicle equipment. Eternity Gate at the start of a friendly unit. You may choose a friendly unit with Necron faction consisting entirely of models with either infantry or jump infantry. Let me just check the camera. Just worried it would stop recording. Ongoing reserves on table, not locked in combat. Yeah, as long as it's not locked in combat. Quantum shielding. Vehicle equipped with active quantum shielding counts all of its front side armours as 13. A vehicle quantum shielding is active until it suffers a penetrating hit, which at that point immediately deactivates. Front and side armour, yeah, it's the same. Got a Metron, okay, we're just going into like the little bits of Wargear there. Shield Veins, 3+ armour save. Model equipped with Shadow Loom has a +1 cover save. If it does not already have it, it gains a 6+ cover save. Resurrection Orb, we know about excuse me, we know about the changes for this. Resurrection Orb can be activated once per game. Yeah, it's a shame. Immediately after the unsuccessful animation, we're rolling that, and it's basically on its unit. We know about that. Powers of the Catan, and then artifacts, which once again, I need to really have a good look at that, I think. Tactical objectives and profiles, and then a traditional Necron picture on the back. Right, let's have a very, very quick look at this. So we've got the data cards in this box, if I can get it open. Aha! So, okay. So it's sort of our psychic power cards, I suppose. Powers of the Catan. Pretty cool picture. Got all the different powers on there. And then, of course, we've got the data cards for the different Maelstrom missions. Okay, that's it. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little quick look at the Codex, a first look. Very, very excited. I'm going to sit down now, have a good read of all this, and going to have a game. Hopefully I'm going to have a game tonight. No, I mean in a minute. Shouldn't be saying that, should I? Hopefully I'm going to have a game in a minute. And my next video coming up is going to be a battle report. Okay, that's it from me. Thanks for watching.